Hey everyone, welcome to Taste the Globe. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make gazpacho. Gazpacho is the perfect thing to cool down on those hot summer days, and I'm really excited because I just got sponsored by a company who gave me an amazing blender that I'm testing out for this recipe. You can find the link to their website in the description of this video. Let's go ahead and get started. We begin by putting our chopped up vegetables in a glass or other non-reactive bowl. We have our chopped up tomato, cucumber, garlic, green bell pepper, and spring onions. Add a little salt and draw out moisture, that way everything mixes more evenly. We also have chopped stale bread. That's going to help keep our entire mixture emulsified, that way our liquids don't separate from our solids. We're using a non-reactive bowl because we are going to be using sherry vinegar today, and we don't want it to react, giving us a metallic taste. Next, we are going to be adding some extra virgin olive oil. Now, it's important not to cheap out when you're choosing your olive oil, especially on a minimalistic dish such as this, because it's really going to affect your overall flavor, so it really is worth it to get a better quality olive oil. Next, we are going to mix all of our ingredients to make sure everything is well combined. Since we had put some salt on there, it's drawn out some liquid and made it a little bit more saucy. But we're also going to want to squeeze it with our hands while we're mixing. And what we're doing is the more sauce that we have, the more evenly all those flavors are going to be distributed and marinating while it sits in the fridge. It's very important when you're mixing things like this that unless you have a cut on your hand, use your bare hands. A lot of people get kind of obsessive with using latex gloves, but it does leave a lingering taste when you're mixing things, especially something like this, gazpacho, which has such delicate flavors that are balancing together. You don't want to have that off-putting latex flavor in there. So all my veggies are looking pretty good, and I think it is mixed up well enough. Now all I have to do is cover it with some plastic wrap, and you want to let it sit and marinate for at least 30 minutes, but you can do this overnight if you want those flavors to develop more. Next, we are going to be working on making our croutons. For this, you want to use some stale bread, preferably day old. Chop it up into little cubes, and I'm taking fresh from the garden here some chopped up thyme and sage, and I'm going to get that with a little bit of salt and garlic powder and proceed to mix it all together very well. Now I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil just so that those seasonings all stick very well, and get ready to throw this into my pan. Now today I am using some rendered pancetta fat, but you could use some bacon grease. It works just as well. It gives it a nice little smoky flavor, which is a great contrast to the freshness of the gazpacho. So when you're making croutons, you want to make sure that you don't have your heat on too high and that you're constantly moving them around. You want to give the bread an opportunity to get nice and crispy on the outside without it burning and it still being doughy in the middle. I've worked at several restaurants that like to serve gazpacho with toasted bread or sometimes even Melba toast. For myself, I have always preferred to do croutons, mainly just because they're more manageable when you're having a spoonful, so it's just a matter of preference. I am very excited to be testing out this blender by Spring Lane. Having reliable kitchen tools is a must, and I only endorse products that I keep in my own kitchen. This will be my first time testing out this blender. So as I empty out the last of our chopped up marinated vegetables, I'm going to get ready to turn this on and see just what this blender can do. Now for my gazpacho, I like to make a nice smooth puree consistency, and then I garnish with a little bit of chunks for texture. Since I'm looking for a nice pureed smooth consistency, I'm going to use the 30-second puree function and see how it comes out. So as this cycle ends, we're going to go ahead and check on our puree and see the consistency, and that looks perfect. That's the exact kind of consistency that we're looking for. That was just one pass through on that function, and it broke down those vegetables exactly where we want them to be. Wow, this blender worked really great. Now our gazpacho is done and we are ready to garnish it. We're going to be adding a little bit of diced tomato, cucumber, and a little bit of spring onion. Just stack it right on top of each other. And then we are going to take our croutons that we made earlier and put those right on top. And now it's time for us to enjoy some delicious gazpacho. As you can see, gazpacho is super easy to make. It was even easier with this amazing blender. If you want to get your own, make sure to click on the link in the description of this video and also check out their other amazing kitchen products. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.